The Gemara in Bava Basra Daf Yud Beis Amud Aleph says, Nevuah was taken away. To whom was Nevuah given? Bisman Hazeh. The Gemara says it was given to the Shaitim. That's the whole basis. You see all the tarot card signs all over the place. On what basis? They say it's a Beferish Gemara that they have Nevuah. That's their whole claim. But the truth is, it needs a hesber. What does it mean? Nevuah was given to Shaitim. Now, what's a shaita? First, I have to tell you, a shaita doesn't mean somebody who's criminally insane, someone who's sick. A shaita is a person, Loyalenu, who's born without a full mental capacity. A retarded child. A retarded person, that's a shaita. What does that mean? The shaita was given nevuah. For what purpose? For what reason was the shaita given nevuah? The Teres Chaim says in that Gemara in Bava Basra, that it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu's chesed. He doesn't just shut off nevuah. He continues to give nevuah. What chesed is it that a shaita has nevuah? For what? Reb Tzaddik HaKayin explains in his Sefer Dover Tzedek, page Chav Tes. We're not talking about that nevuah messages. Everyone, nevuah messages. Who's going to win the All-Star game? That's nevuah? No. Nevuah is Dveikus B'Hashem. People have their own set of priorities in their mind. They have their own thoughts, their own desires. That separates between a person and Hashem. The Veikus B'Hashem is to be totally that the Chelik Elikim in a person's neshama comes out. You see that when you see these children. Anybody who's had any experience with a Down syndrome child or a child who's born without loyalenu, without mental capacity, someone who has an experience with them, those who can express themselves, see that they have in them their kulai chesed, that totally good people, that people who have a tremendous nature of chesed. Today, in the Goyish world, when people find that they're carrying such a child, these children are aborted all the time. It's only among Frum Yidden for whom this is usher, that these children are born into families. And it's a tragedy to which people have to come to grips. But when they see it and it comes lamaisa, they see that these children, those at least who are on the level that can express themselves, they bring a tremendous feeling of chesed. They are living on this level. It's a tragedy. But in them you can see that this vasranus of Hashem, that these people who don't have a mental capacity, they give in this aspect of nevuah. This is tabkus b'Hashem. I mean, to bring it out, l'gabei us, to understand nevuah. Nevuah is this deveikus to HaKadosh Baruch. The Rambam writes in Hilchos Tshuva, Yachal kol adam liyais tzadik k'Moshe. That every human being has the potential to be as great a tzaddik as Moshe Rabbeinu. Rabbi Chana Wasserman in the Kovitz Mamorim, page Mem Ches, says that he does not understand this. What does it mean we can all reach the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu? How could you say someone will be as great as Moshe? The idea, the concept of a Moshe Rabbeinu is way beyond our comprehension. Zokt Rebbe Chanan, he says such a beautiful yisayid. We know that Moshe Rabbeinu had tremendous potential and power and koiches from the moment he was born. What was his greatness? That he was an Eved Hashem. The Radak in Sefer Yeshua translates Eved Hashem, Kol ma shekana Eved kana Rabbi. Moshe Rabbeinu, everything he had, he gave to Hashem. Every power he had, every koyach he had, he gave to HaKadosh Baruch. Moshe's greatness was, I just read you, what's that level of nevuah? That there's no machshava b'teila. You're totally davuk in HaKadosh Baruch. That everything you have, you give to Hashem. Zokt Rebbe Chanan. We know there's a concept of carbon oil v'yared. A certain carbon which a rich person brings a big $10,000 animal. A poor person brings a small $10 mincha. The kapara is equal. Big animal, a small, it's the same kapara. The poor person gave what he had, the rich person gave what he had. Yachal kol adam liyais tzadik k'Moshe. What does that mean? That means Moshe Rabbeinu had a potential that will not be duplicated. Rabbi Chanan says, I don't believe that anybody could reach the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu. But what Moshe had, he gave everything to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yochel kol adam liyes tzadik Moshe. Somebody who follows the recipe of the Rambam. Today we don't have Nevuah. But a person who gives himself over everything he has, you might not be Moshe, you might be an Ani. You have less potential. But if you give over your potential totally to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, miyad shar salav ruach HaKodesh, you can give everything you have to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is the concept of the Nevuah that we're missing. The level of Nevuah that we wish we have is that. This level of Nevuah for a person to give himself totally to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Ralbag says that from the story of Idai, yes, we learn many halachas regarding funerals. We learn many